Hello, I'm Chris Williams. Today we're going to be reviewing American Carnage, Issue 7. Now, the cover by Ben Oliver is bad. It's one of those artsy ones showing a drug junkie on the ground with a big needle and the syringe and the thing they use with the syringe to draw out the drug, and part of a gun with on top of a flag. I'm assuming Stars and Bars flag, but I can't be sure. The cover is just bad. It's just boring. You could do something better with, I don't know, for something like this. And I really don't like it. I mean, it's drawn well, but it's just put together bad. And the interior art by Leandro Fernandez is boring. The writer is Brian Edward Hill. Apparently he worked on The Wildstorm. The artwork is just boring. It's just, the guy just looks like he just put it out and hoping like it's good. We have Michael Cray, our main character, in front of a mansion, getting out of his car, about to talk to his sort of girlfriend. He loads his gun as he goes in, and he gets ready to talk with her. He's ready for something like an ambush, I think. He doesn't really trust her because she works for a guy who's basically, she's the daughter of a guy who's a white supremacist, apparently. But he's basically a real bad guy, apparently. And I have to tell you, I'm underwhelmed. The artwork is bad. And she summoned him there because she wants to hire him. Here we see her. And Michael says hi to her, and she asks him, she tells Michael, "You're early. Early is good. Forgive me if I don't change clothes," because she's in a bikini because she was just swimming in her pool. And Michael just stands there looking at her while she dries off. And she's getting ready to tell him why she summoned him there. She asks him to save a man named Frank Kamen. Apparently when she was a kid, he was like a brother to her. Frank is a fence for the Aryan Brotherhood. So she asks Michael to go and save his life because he owes the Aryan Brotherhood a lot of money. Apparently, being a fence, he might have taken some of it, or for whatever reason, he just owes the Aryan Brotherhood money. Here we can see Frank getting his face beaten in by his, business partners, or the people he just owes money to, even though he's basically their fence. Now, Frank is the guy getting punched in the face, if I didn't make it clear enough. And we can see the artwork here by Leonardo Fernandez is still kind of boring. I've seen better artwork. The buildings are bland. The guy's face is just bad. Here we can see Michael talking to his former partner, or at least someone he knows in the FBI, because he used to be an FBI agent before he was disgraced. Now he's talking with her about Wayne Morgan, and his former partner says, "This still doesn't give me Wayne Morgan." And he says, yes and no, but we have to do this because she wants me to save this guy, and he doesn't deserve to die, even if he's done some bad things. So Michael goes out to see Frank, and we see Frank Kamen's house. It's just a dive out in the desert. And the artwork is still bad, and that coloring on the sky is just ghastly. Otherwise, it's a workable artwork, but it ain't great, and I'm still kind of bored. We have Michael talking to Frank how he should turn himself into the FBI, and they'll be able to protect him. Frank asks why he should do that. He knows they could protect him, but he doesn't really believe it. Michael Gray says that Frank is the package and that he himself is the delivery man. Frank goes on to talking about Jenny and how he's known her since they've both been kids. Michael says he really doesn't care. Well, Frank just goes on saying that she's a really nice girl and that he wants to do everything, repay her for all she's done for him, especially over this. And then he says to Michael that he doesn't trust her father. He might be a bad person, but he's the only person that will help protect them and their people. And Frank listens to Michael Gray listens to this. And then they finish their conversation after Michael manages to make a schedule to get Frank out of harm's way and to deliver him to the FBI. Here we can see Michael Gray's former partner talking to another FBI agent who has apparently become very interested in this case about Win Morgan and how and he wants to help her bring him down. Now, she wasn't so trusting with this guy when he came in through her door. He says he's the mea culpa from Washington, D.C., the mea culpa from D.C., and he says that he wants to work with her because they've become interested in Win Morgan. He says he'll buy her breakfast and they can talk some more. She says she'll skip breakfast, but she will threaten to call his superiors on him. The two continue to banter. The agent just makes it clear that they are going to be working together to try and bring Win Morgan down. And she, I think, pretty much reluctantly agrees to this before the comic switches over to Jenny Morgan, Win Morgan's daughter. And she says that she had to become tough in order to endure her father and that she hates him. But even though she hates him, he's still her father. So she still has mixed feelings about him. And the artwork is still sort of bad, but the story I'm not really enjoying either. The writer here, Brian Edward Hill, just keeps laying it in thick here. After she goes out the door, Jenny ends up talking with Michael Gray again, and he says he's getting ready to take Frank out and deliver him to the FBI. And they continue to talk about how she wants him safe, and if anything happens to him, the exact same thing will happen to Michael. Michael says that, you don't have to keep doing this. You could just give me your father, and then you could be set free. And she says that just do your job, and don't ever say that again to me. And then they both hang up. And with Michael continuing to have his face in shadows. He seems to have his face in shadows in every panel in this comic book. And it's just bad. This is not real art, just making your guy in a silhouette, The artist, Leandro Fernandez, should be a bit ashamed of himself. Now, Michael goes back to Frank's house. He sees that there's a light on, so he gets out of his car and goes inside. But he also draws his gun because he sees the door has been kicked in. Now, what happens when he goes inside? Well, Michael sees something gruesome. He sees a couple of dead dogs. Apparently the Aryan Brotherhood killed Frank's pets. And you see the dogs on the ground, and it's a sad thing. And you also see everything's been ramshackled and destroyed. The Aryan Brotherhood must have been looking for the money Frank owes them. Well, Michael thinks that Frank is still alive because they probably would have left the body there. All right. He goes back and he ends up getting in contact with a guy he knows. Maybe he's a former enemy. I'm not so sure. He looks like he's wearing a mask. It looks like a Barack Obama mask. And he responds. And Michael says, "Don't do anything unless you're ordered to do it." And the guy says, "I'll do it." And this is how the issue ends. And the artwork is still not good, and the writing is just blah. This comic is just an ordinary comic. It's not even a particularly good crime drama. Now, if you like this review, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. If you're watching my videos but you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because I want you to hit that bell so you can get more notifications for my videos that I deliver every day. Also, I want you to hit that like button and leave some comments down below. And remember, keep checking back in future videos and keep watching them for more information on my own independent comic book, Scumdogs. I really want you all to read my comic book. Well, that's it for me today. I'm Chris Williams, and I'm signing out.